All right, here we go. What's up, everybody? My name is AJ Wrights Crypto. Here we are for another live stream. Got a lot lined up for you guys today. Very excited to get into it. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Couldn't be more grateful for everybody here. Already got about 60 people in here. Very stoked on that. We got Crypto Chicken Salad saying, smash the likes. You know what? I like chicken salad, and I like that idea. Killing it. We got SDog21, all sorts, everyday algo not. We got Gregory Ward. What's up, Ellie, Brian Maver, Darren, the Davenport Report. That's a good name. That's a good name. We got Mike J. We got a bunch of people. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Let's get into this today. Got a lot to talk about. You know, Ben and I had a conversation this morning, and we were kind of thinking about, like, you know, a bunch of coins have popped off. A bunch of coins have popped off. We're talking the Solanas, the chain links of the world. Okay. And are still, I mean, this run is in its infancy. This run is in its infancy. Not like people have made money. There have been coins that have gone up, you know, 40, 50, 80, 90% in the past 20 days. But there are still coins that have not woken up. There are still projects out there that people are accumulating that have not had their day in the sun. And that's kind of what we want to focus on today. We want to talk about the coins that still have that major upside that haven't really been tapped into yet. You know, just because some coins haven't popped off doesn't mean that they won't. All right. And especially, I mean, with Bitcoin rolling, I mean, Bitcoin has hauled the mail past 37,000. All coins are in tow. Ethereum's over 2,000. XRP is right around 70 cents. Like, things are popping off right now. Things are moving. So we want to get into, you know, like, what coins haven't gone up yet. And we also have to keep in mind, like, you know, things when the retest comes, I think that's going to be the true measure of this run that we're in. Right now, everything's just been sunshine and rainbows all day long. It's been sunshine and rainbows for weeks and weeks and weeks. And there will be a retest. It will probably be gnarly. It will put that fear and doubt back into our souls that we're oh so familiar with. And so basically, we're going to have to, but how far it retests and when it hooks around, that's going to have a lot to do with, like, the future projection leaving into the halving over the next couple of weeks. These things don't happen, you know, they don't happen overnight. This kind of thing takes time, especially like when you're looking at coins like Solana that pump. You know, not every coin pumps, you know, 15%, 20% in 24 hours. You know, some things move a lot slower, and you kind of have to, like, as much as I want to focus on the scalp trades, I want to focus on the big picture too. So one day at a time, right? So let me take a quick look at the chat here. AJ, you check PAL. PAL is a wild project. Super amazing AI bots. I've actually played with the PAL bot in Telegram. Very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. Give me that retest, said Ellie. I got dry powder for it. I love it. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Algo 220 USD easy. I completely agree. ETH is exploding. Yes, it is. Smash that like button for sure. Just checking the chat really fast, and then we're going to get into it here. Oh, and thank you to wait, where'd it go? To Gregory Ward, first super chat of the day. I really appreciate that. It is actually weird that I can get super chats now. It took me forever. I actually have to fill out something on Google AdSense. They sent me this morning. Haven't got around to it yet. All right, so I want to take a quick look at the markets here. Here we are. We got Bitcoin. Let me get a quick refresh. Get that quick refresh. So we're most recent and most up to date. Bitcoin 37.4. Damn. Bitcoin. I mean, I didn't see this move coming. I didn't. I don't think anyone did. I kind of think, like, we've been so beaten down. Things have gone so slow, just boring. Like, oh, like, what is happening? And, you know, Bitcoin, when it moves, it moves, man. It's pretty interesting to see what's going on there. So, render for sure. I let here. I'm gonna get my. I have where's my xylophone of post-it notes? Where is it? Here it is. The xylophone of post-it notes. Okay. And if you guys, at the very end of the show, I will go over a handful of charts that you guys want to see. I know people want to see storage, STORJ. People want to see render, RNDR. I will put these on my post-it notes. And at the end of the show, I will do shout out charts for you guys for some quick TA. And if I don't get to you, I bet if you super chat a request, you will 100% get that coin checked out. Just saying. Sorry. Here we are. We got Cardano 38 cents. We got Solana $46. Damn. Solana just has no chill. It's creeping the $50. It'll be 50 before we know it. Chainlink almost 1550. Polygon popped up yet again. It was at 85 cents for a minute there. It must have just retested. Someone scalped short that for sure. Avalanche 1377. Stellar Stellar 12 cents, almost 13 cents. Filecoin 459. HBAR over 6 cents. Shout out to my HBARbarians out there. I love you guys. I got a bunch of really, really good news with the HBAR people high up the ladder at Hedera. I have an interview next Tuesday, the 14th. Let me zoom out and say this. Very excited for the HBARbarians and the Hedera community. I have an interview on Tuesday, November 14th with Zenobia Gottschalk, who is like the senior vice president of strategic communication at Swirlds Labs and Hedera. I met her when I saw Dr. Liam Bard speak last Saturday at Web3 Atlanta. She is as cool as they come. She's actually the one who reached out to me to help me get the interview with Dr. Liam Bard set up. And I mean, but she is also, she knows her stuff and she's high up the ladder in her own right. So of course I thought that it would be great to interview her as well as a build up to the interview with Dr. Liam Bard. So the Dr. Bard interview is November 21st and I'm interviewing Zenobia on November 14th. So be sure to keep an eye out for those interviews. I'm really excited to, kind of get to talk to them, ask them some questions. I know a bunch of people from the HBAR community actually reached out to me, asking like, hey, can you ask them this question? Can you ask them that question? So I will be taking, questions from the community into account when I move into these interviews with Zenobia and Dr. Bard. We got a $4.20 super chat from Brett Thuma. Would love to see a review of Corium sometime. I will definitely put that one down on the sheet here. And hey, I think BitBoy has entered the chat. Ben Armstrong. I still call him BitBoy. It's hard for me. BitBoy in my that's the contact name. And when you call me, there's like a meme and it's like, hey, I'm BitBoy.
That's funny.
What's up, Ben? How you doing?
Well, yeah. So the market's pumping, which is great. I was in a short, which was not good. I lost a lot of money on this trade, and yeah, it sucked. I could have this morning closed it out. I was guilty of chasing. I lost on a short last night, and it popped up to about 1915, and I felt like it was gonna come back under 1900 again, and it did. This morning early, and I missed it. I didn't close it, and I should have. And then I got wicked out, obviously, my stop loss. So it was about 5,400 I lost on that trade. Or no, between those two trades, 1,500 on one, about $4,000 on the other one. So definitely, I was doing really well. It was up like 50% in the account, and now I'm back to negative. And this is the way that it goes sometimes. And it could have just as easily been the opposite. If instead of pumping, if it had gone the opposite direction, then a big move like this would have helped me tremendously. Or if I happen to be in a long instead of a short. So obviously it didn't go the direction that I was thinking that it was going to go in. And, that's what a stop loss is for. That's what a stop loss is for. It hit it. And thank God it hit it, because I would have got liquidated for 100%. And moves like this should be reminders to people on why you should always run with a stop loss, even though I'm not perfect at always running one myself. Usually when I'm not running one, it's calculated. And sometimes something like this is going to happen. You're going to get liquidated. So yeah, definitely very thankful that, I don't look. Somebody says shorting in a bull market. Look, here's the thing.
You're scalping. You're trying to scalp,
right? Yeah, like these are trades I'm sitting in for hours, not days. So, certainly though, I do tend to agree that with this move here, in my mind, I probably am going to be done with shorting. I think I am going to be done with shorting unless something else happens. I think we are now clearly in the thick of the beginning of the bull run. and there's no real upside to shorting. You're much better to wait for a dip and then go in and long the dips instead of shorting the tops, because you don't know where the tops are going to be. And I think this is a very hard proof of that. So,
Totally.
you know, it is what it is.
I agree. I mean, it is what it is. That's trading, especially when things are as volatile as they are. I saw the altcoin daily video from last night said that the Bitcoin open interest is as high as it's been all year, something like that, which is crazy. So, I mean, of course, to expect volatility when there's that many open positions. So, so Ben, really fast before we kind of get into what we talked about earlier, I was quick review of the markets. I wanted to take a look at the gainers and the losers on CoinGecko really fast. Let me set this up here. Top 100. I don't even know half of the coins in the top 1,000. I don't know if anybody does. All right, let me pull this over really quick. Bop, bop, bop. Boom. This one. Okay, there we go. All right, so we got Caspa. It was above 9 cents, up 25%. Insanity. Pepe, big run. Illuvium, big run. We got Gala of 15%, Chainlink above $15, Insanity. We got Arweave almost at $8, Mina at 69 cents, Solana 46, almost 47.
Yeah.
And then, and it's crazy when we're looking down because so here's the top of the list with Caspa. We scroll all the way down here and we still have Quant up 7% at $110. I am so excited to see that. A lot of you know how big I am on Quant. Amazing tokenomics, amazing product. It has been like a magnet to that $100 level. And I bought a lot of Quant around that $86, $88 range, thinking, oh, this is just a good trade for when it gets back to 100. I didn't sell anything. I just set it in and it's rolling up. That is one of my larger bags, even in the public portfolios that I put out on the weekends. So definitely happy to see Quant going up there. Over here on the losers.
Also, real quick, AJ, I do want to say real quick that to everybody watching the chat, make sure you guys are smashing that like button. It's going to help us out tremendously. I don't know if you guys know, but AJ has been crushing his previous channel with likes. And I think today is the day we may be able to get the viewers to pass as well. We're within striking distance. So if you guys could like this video, share this video, we would really appreciate it, as we're still trying to get AJ off the ground. He's got some exciting stuff coming up, and I know you guys love AJ, and that's why you're here. But make sure you're doing him the favor to hit that like button. So there you go.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And, I wish them, I know that they're working hard over there, and I'm not trying to be like, rub it in their face or anything like that. I'm just doing what I'm doing. And if people choose to watch me, that's fantastic. I'm just doing what I love to do. I like to talk about crypto with one of my best friends in the whole world. So that's what I'm going to do all day long. I don't have a million
until 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. We change.
Until 4 o'clock. Then we're not friends anymore. And then we're friends back at 4:45 again. So awesome. So in the losers, we have Toncoin. That one actually came up a little bit. So this is kind of a part of that retest for Toncoin there. And then Sui just chilling sideways. I saw the Bitget token chilling sideways. I think the Bitget token is going to be one that totally pops off as we kind of progress through. I am backed by Bitget. I do my trading on Bitget. I have a link down below in the description if you want to follow along, trade with us on Bitget. Basically, if you live in America, what we've been doing is that there's a PAL ID, and it's completely legal. There's nothing weird about it. And you fill this thing out. It's like $200, and then you get this ID in the mail, and then you can trade on anything based off of that. You do have to, anytime you're doing anything with crypto, you should always use a VPN for safety. You don't want to get hacked. You don't want to get exploited. Safety first, everybody. Safety first. So,
and speaking of safety, there was a question of who was in the truck. Somebody said they want to know. There she is. Okay.
You guys.
So man, this has been an exciting day, man. I tell you what. Ellie's a Ben, AJ, J Chains, and Turbo, and don't forget the Duchess herself. But we have a super chat here. Ben, is there a liquidity unlock for Ben V2 on December 23rd? Everyone has been talking about it, wondering if you can clarify. Well, I can actually get. Do you know the answer to that? there's a liquidity unlock for Ben V2 on December 23rd. Everyone's been talking about it, wondering if you can clarify. Is that true?
No.
Can you come answer that real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, well, look at this. The Duchess herself will come answer that question. There it is right there. Yeah, just speaking to the microphone.
Hey guys, so we're actually going to be covering a lot of this in the video that Ben and I will be putting out tomorrow, but the video or the liquidity is currently not locked. We're in the process of getting it locked. So I'm not familiar with what you're referring to, but I'll go check the chat and see if there's anything about it in there.
Maybe it had something to do with our what we were doing before with Unicrypt, maybe potentially. Might be a bit an old date. Yeah, but that's not something. So there you go. We're going to make a video about it soon. So
awesome.
Well, cool.
Cool, man. So I want to kind of get into, the meat and potatoes of this show here. I touched on this before you came in, Ben. I kind of just want to reiterate. So, the internet's freaking out over all the coins that have already, taken off. The Solanas, the chain links of the world. A lot of coins are at least 40%, 30% minimum above where, they were before October. But there are still a handful of coins out there that have gone up, but not like they're going to, not like the Solanas, not like the chain links. And there are a handful of sleeping giants, coins that have yet to awaken from their slumber in crypto right now. And Ben, I want to have a conversation with you, and we can kind of use our favorite research tools to look into these coins more. But, before I give my pick, I'm just going to give one sleeping giant pick. What is yours?
Yeah, so I think for me, there's a coin that I've been talking about a little bit lately, which is CRO. That's not what I'm going to pick, but CRO has been pumping, and it's already started moving a pretty good bit. And if people remember, I don't know if people remember, CRO, do you remember what the last two gigantic pumpers of the bull run were?
Crow was one, because I remember it.
Yep. It was one. Do you remember the other one?
I'm pulling the Crow chart right now. I don't remember the other one.
Sandbox. Now,
Sandbox. Okay.
Sandbox is getting closer than ever to launching, and certainly it does have some issues that it's taken a long time. But since CRO is pumping, and a lot of times these coins will kind of cyclically move, I would start looking at Sandbox, and I'll share my screen here real quick. Because I just would like to show CoinGecko here, and we're going to look at some other sites, but look at that chart. That's a 180-day chart. Look at this. That is just straight up and down movement. It is not at any kind of level of resistance here. Resistance would be somewhere closer to 50 cents. Right now it's sitting at 41 cents. And then the next one's at 60 cents. And then you zoom out a little bit further. We look at the max here. You can look and see very clearly down here, you see we are starting to move up. And when you look at, if you go and you look at the, let's see, market psychology cheat sheet. Let's see here, cheat sheet. We'll go ahead and pull this up here, click images and pull one of these up. And you guys can see, clearly, we are up here. Can you see all the way on the side of my screen here? You can see that? Yep. Okay.
Yep. The one on the right. Yep.
Yeah, this is where we're at. We're beginning. We're somewhere in between here and here. And when you look at that, the chart, of Sandbox, it fits a lot of these qualifications here, and it definitely looks like, in my opinion, when you click the max, or when you click the 1 year, it's very clear to see that right now there is a reversal. You can look at this chart, and you could draw some lines here very easily, and this is going to be established as a breakout.
Right. And really fast, like some people could say, Sand has pumped 50% in the past 20 days. But look at this.
Yeah.
This little thing down here, that's nothing. That is nothing compared to where this thing can go. What is it sitting at right now? 40 cents, 41 cents. Even if it just gets back to this previous support resistance right up here, we're talking 125% pump to 92 cents and change. Look at this. It was the floor here. It fought over here, became the ceiling here. That level right there is 125% above its current price point, and the visible range volume profile is sitting at that level. That's a solid pick, Ben. Solid pick.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, we can look at some more stuff here in a little bit. But what is your pick?
All right, so similar to Sandbox, it has woken up a little bit. But nothing compared to what it's going to do. This is a project that I really liked over time. It's a project that I am going to start accumulating publicly. I am going to pull this, and Goody actually sent me this story the other day, and I really got thinking about it, really got looking into it. Near Foundation and Polygon Labs collaborate to build ZK Solution. And this is massive for Near. The Near Foundation, the nonprofit behind the Near protocol, has announced a collaboration with Ethereum scaling solution firm Polygon Labs in an attempt to improve interoperability across chains. And Near protocol is no joke. Ben, I remember, doing a write-up for them, calling people that worked on the Near team, learning about everything from Near, and just going back over the notes from the script I wrote on Near back then. These notes are months and months and months old, but this project is impressive. Is impressive. And when you look at the chart, this is a 3-day chart.
Can I make one note about the article real quick?
Sure.
I would like to know, if you go down, it does say that the chains, they call those the WASM chains, WASM there, Web Assembly Technology, or WASM. And so I'm pretty excited to see if this can take off on enterprise, or maybe even move to the nonprofit sector. So that way for your organization, you can have these chains and they would call them org-WASMs. Okay, let's move on.
Oh my God, you're a trip,
org-WASMs, guys.
You're a trip. So yeah, Near has come up a little bit, since October to now. We're talking 49%, 50%. But look at this thing in the grand picture here of Near. All right, it is like this low from here and this low here. It's literally like right around those levels now. If this thing comes up to, say, this support resistance line from this wick here, it became the ceiling there. I mean, we're talking, what are we talking here? We're talking, an 87% pump to that level. Another support resistance line right here. If you look at it was the floor here, became the ceiling there at, $6.60. Oh, that was a little crooked. $6, exactly $6. From there to there, we're talking a 330% move for Near. Another thing I like about it, this is a 3-day chart, by the way. 3-day chart. We have the price action coming down the hill. We have anchor wave, trigger wave. This is a massive bullish divergence playing out on the 3-day chart for Near. And when it starts getting up into this value area high here, gets above the support resistance line and continues on, you're at least doubling your bags. And that's why, in my opinion, right now, Near is a sleeping giant in crypto.
Yeah, I think that's very interesting here. We did have a super chat over here to ask a quick question. Guys, with ADA floundering, should I convert my 11K ADA to something else like Link or Sol? I've been DCA into ADA since 2021. My answer to that, and I'll allow AJ to answer on his own channel. But I would say that ADA, you're going to lose in that scenario, in my opinion. You don't ever want to move from a solid coin that has been stagnant to something that has already been massively pumping. That's not going to most likely work out for you. There is a chance that could be a good decision, and maybe you want to take some of that, maybe $2,500 of that or $3,000 of that and do that. But in my opinion, it's better to do it the opposite. After ADA pumps, then you pull it. But most people want to do it the opposite way, because once it starts pumping, you don't think it's going to stop. And you're like, this is it finally. And then it, reaches its end. Solana will reach its temporary end at some point. Maybe later rather than sooner, but all coins will reach that point at some point during the bull run many times. So,
yeah, to be honest, Jay Lodson 36, thanks for the super chat, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm not going to hold any punches here. You're being impatient. you're being very impatient, and to try to chase the pumps, to try to chase Chainlink and Solana right now is a terrible idea. That their day in the sun is already like, I don't really, there has to be a point where reality sets in for these coins, and they've already have astronomically gone through the roof where ADA has not gone through the roof. And the reason you should be patient with Cardano is because, first of all, I don't really consider 47% in the past 27 days a flounder. Not at all. That's not a flounder. And also, if you consider these support resistance levels here, if it gets up to this level, which is a really important level, around 45 cents, that's another 26% on top. If it gets to this support resistance level around 77 cents, 115%. And if it gets to this support resistance level at $1.15, that's a 219% gain for Cardano. And we know the price action Cardano is capable of, and that action is way above the $1.15 level. The $1.15 level is just the beginning, and that's a 219% pump. So in my opinion, don't try to chase, be patient.
Yeah, I think that's always good advice. That's never going to be a winning strategy. It's always going to get you in trouble. And so what you have to remember is all these individual coins, they all have their own individual, cycles they go through. And, we've traditionally seen Cardano pumping when Bitcoin subsides movement and moves sideways in a time when it's also bullish. That's when Cardano gets the most movement. And you need to know, a lot of you guys don't know these things about your own coins. I'm just going to be honest with you. You don't know it. If you're in Dogecoin, maybe you're not aware that for the history of Bitcoin and Dogecoin's existence together, the Dogecoin pumps have generally almost always precluded massive Bitcoin pumps. There's a reason for that. But if you own Dogecoin, you need to know that, because you need to know that when you start to see Dogecoin move, you can bet your bottom dollar Bitcoin is actually about to move right behind it, because it does almost every single time, and it has its entire existence. Like I said, there is a reason, and we can talk about it another time. When you look at other coins like XRP, for instance, everyone who's in the XRP army at this point probably knows all this, of course. But if you're new to crypto, maybe you don't. But there's a reason why XRP didn't get all-time highs in the last bull cycle. It's because there was an SEC lawsuit brought against it that now is pretty much resolved. So you need to know the inner workings, and that's one thing we're going to be doing when I start doing these coin review videos, in coin explainer videos, which I am pretty much caught up on work. So I will say confidently that we are going to have these videos are going to start next week. I think it's going to be something good for people to see, because if you're a big fan of a coin and it's been around since before you were in crypto, there's a good chance there's a lot of stuff about it that you don't know about. So I think what you're saying is very important. People should definitely not be chasing. It's almost always a bad idea.
Always a bad idea.
Not always, almost always. Sometimes, you might get lucky, and
it's like a decision in poker, right? When you run the pot odds versus stack to pot ratio in poker, and say there's a situation where you could go all in, and in 1 in 10 times you will catch the card you're looking for and win that pot. And say you make that decision that one time, you hit the card you're looking for and you win that pot, and that's great. But the thing is that if you make that same decision 100,000 times, it's a net loss. So always kind of consider that. So I kind of wanted to move in here to a kind of a research section of the show. I want to show you guys a research website that I use all the time that a lot of people might not be privy to. I really want to, I do, as much as I love focusing on charts and news and everything, I do want to use this show as a research experience for the audience, you guys, and for myself. So this website here is one of my favorites. It is called coincarp.com. And it is like kind of similar, like layout wise, to, the coin geckos of the world, but it has a little bit more. If you look right here, we have the overview of the market, the tokenomics. It will show the fundraising. It will show the rich list, historical data, socials, wallets, etc. And this is amazing. So if we look at Chainlink, we click on fundraising for Chainlink. You can see, it'll show you the funding rounds. It'll show you the investors, things like that. And so right here, latest fundraising, definitive 4.1 million on November 9th this year. 3.1 million from Mulfix Group. So you can literally keep track of the investors investing into these projects, which is always really interesting to keep track of. Also, the rich list is something I always consider when looking at coins because it can be an intimidating thing. So for Chainlink, there are, just under 700,000 holders in Chainlink, and almost 70% of all the Chainlink in circulation is in the top 100 wallets. So as much as I like Chainlink, as much as I think Chainlink could get to $1 trillion in market cap, this is something you have to be aware of. I'm not telling you to not buy a coin because the rich list is intimidating, but I want you to know that the top 100 holders out of that almost 700,000 people own about 70% of the circulating supply. So that's always something you want to keep track of. Another thing is a reason I like Near. Well, first of all, Near doesn't even have 50,000 holders, has a lot less holders than Chainlink. But the good thing is that the top 100 wallets only hold 54% of all the coins in the circulating supply, and not 70% of the coins in the circulating supply. And these are things that don't exactly matter, so to speak. It matters. It matters. This shouldn't deter you from buying something or not, but it's something I want you to be aware of, something to keep in mind, because when a large chunk of the supply is saturated at the very top and retail buys, a lot of the times retail ends up getting the bad end of that stick.
Can you
and
pull
it's
up
something
Polygon?
to be aware of. Polygon, sure.
Yeah, pull up
So
Polygon.
it's actually, I think that, so this is actually really interesting, and I want to actually reach
Do you
out
call
to
it Polygon
someone.
or Matic?
I call it Matic.
Really?
So this is so confusing because it says top 10 holders, 98%, top 100.
We can't see it. You need to switch the tab, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So it says top 10 holders, 98.5.
Exactly.
100. But I think that this is inaccurate.
It's Goldman
Sachs
and Circle and almost all of it.
Hold on. So I will show you why I think I'm going to reach out to them because I've emailed them before about a rich list question and they got back to me. So I'm going to send them out again. 1 second. I'm Googling something.
Guys, and make sure to smash the like button. He's less than 100 away. We're less than 100 away.
So look, if you go to Etherscan on Matic, top 100 holders collectively own 85.97% of the Matic token.
I mean,
and that's right from
what it was on the other side, 90% or something.
Well, that's why I was confused specifically about the Matic
a little high
breakdown.
On the other one, but I think it depends on how you're adding up these different addresses, I suppose.
Yeah. Very, very interesting. So top 10 holders, 98%, but top 100, 4.5. Doesn't make sense. I'm going to email them and ask about the accuracy of that. But yeah, so this is definitely one of my favorite sites to do research with, especially if you kind of look around, to check out your favorite coins, like XRP, for instance. Click on the rich list. We got so 4.8 million holders. OMG, top 100 holders, only 33%. So rich list distribution for XRP, very friendly. And that's probably because there's so many holders in XRP. Also, I took a quick look at the fundraising on XRP a little while ago, and hey, look at this. And just in the past, the past 6 fundraisers from XRP are all in the past day or two, and they are getting plenty of institutional VC attention from a number of people. We already got 1.8 million, 3.3 million, 4.1 million, 4 million, 3.1 million. And this is just in the past 2 days. That's always really good to see. And so that's a good, a quick little breakdown of coincarp.com. As the show goes on, I always kind of want to show you guys
that's good.
Yeah, it's a killer site. I always want to show you guys my my deep bag of secrets. I got a lot of tricks up my sleeve. Someone said to look at Ethereum real fast. Why not? I mean,
Ethereum's going insane right now.
Yeah, it really is.
I did open a new short.
Oh no, why? Stop
Yeah, I
chasing.
just said I wasn't going to short in the bull market, but like, I mean, this thing's got to come back to earth. It's a god candle. They always come back to earth. And
Yeah.
look, I certainly think there's a chance it can hold 2000, but it's certainly going to go back down and test that. And the big news today, by the way, which I now know somebody mentioned somewhere, maybe in the chat, or I saw it somewhere, where they said that basically, the one of the ETFs, I assume it's the Grayscale or the BlackRock, that they have now solidified a corporate entity in Delaware, which is where you do LLCs. I mean, it's one of my preferences. Nevada also being another good one, and maybe South Dakota as well. It might be a few other good ones, but those are the best ones. So that's the big news today, and that's what's going on. That's why the market is moving. But now Bitcoin has lost 37, so that's great for my short right here. And it seems to be moving down. What do you see? Where should I aim to take the profit on this? You think?
On Ethereum?
Yeah, I got my entry is right where it's 2045 is my entry.
1 second.
Yeah.
1 minute. I need to take a look at the chart here.
Because I think there's a great chance it's going to go right back down to 2000.
Possible, definitely a psychological level.
Right.
With that line.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way it doesn't retest 2000. But the question is, would it go up? Would it go up much higher? If before it retraces, that's the real question. Somebody said I'm addicted.
No.
Matic is now called Paul. No, it's not.
No, I think that's they're going to change to that eventually.
Who's obsessed with me? It says someone's obsessed with me.
So 8-minute chart, I mean, does look like it's gonna come on down the hill there. That does look pretty bearish. Do
you have the 14-minute and 12-second chart or no?
Here I can pull it up.
14-minute, 12-second.
No, but I pulled the 14 minutes just for you.
No, I want the 14-minute, 12-second. It's different
timing. I don't have the 14-minute, 12-second.
It's like, I love how you just pull up the 8. You're like, well, it's 8-minute chart. I tell you what, this thing's going down. Here we go.
Well, the 14-minute chart looks pretty bad too. The 12-minute chart also looks pretty bad. It looks like it's kind of running.
Once it loses these levels, it's plunging. It looks like. I mean, not plunging extremely far, but the volume looks. Where's that volume coming back in at? Right, 2000, right?
Yeah. Well, the visible range volume profile is actually lined up at 1933. Everything about this looks like it's going to come down, which is why it might just keep going up because that's crypto. But no, I do want to. I want to look at like a 7.
Well, I've now made some of this money, but I mean the trade's going pretty well for me right now. I mean, I'm up 1,300.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's going to come down, and the problem here is that the last time it dipped down, this was the low right here, and that is at exactly 2005. What a great year, by the way. And
I was actually going to set my take profit at 2006, so that's perfect.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's going to hit it. I do think it's going to go down there. So
30-second chart's turning, but you never know with that one. You never know with that one.
You never know, AJ. You never know.
You never know the 30-second chart. Book tour, bad memories.
This guy.
You never know. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on Ethereum for sure. Hopefully it gets down to 2005, 2006 level, and Ben would catch another dub right there. But I want to take a quick look at Bitcoin while we're here.
I'm not trying to chase, and this is the difference between chasing and making what you think is a good trade at that time. I'm not looking to recover all of my losses from that trade. I'm just looking if I can just get back on the winning streak, get $1,000, $1,500 at least. It'd be nice if I could get it all back. If it goes down to 2005 or 2006, I actually would make it all back into more. But stop loss, what do you think about stop loss? I think stop loss probably around 2060 or so, maybe.
Yeah, I just want to say, Bitcoin down 2.8% in the past hour and 16 minutes, kind of getting down at the point of control on the visible range volume profile. Maybe this thing will kind of find a clip to turn around here because it has like a lot of, it spent a little bit of time between 36.5 and 36.9. And it looks like
Yeah.
it's falling back into that range there. So it is good for, alt shorts right now that Bitcoin has gone
I mean,
down
what a
almost
great time I picked
3%.
a short. I mean, Ethereum. My gosh, I mean, that was like perfect timing, really. It
Killer
barely
timing.
actually it barely filled. So it's down
It's
to 2019
already at
right now.
2016.
Well, now I'm sitting here wondering if maybe I should actually just sit
Also
here
a
and watch
great
it a
year.
little bit, because it may plunge through that.
It might.
And
I would set stop loss at 2057.
yeah, well, I mean, yeah,
2056.
the stop loss I got set fine. I'm
Ooh.
just looking at, as far as take profit goes, what do I do here? Because I think, like I said, there's a good chance it could plunge right through that 2006.
Yeah, maybe you should pull the plug on that for a minute and watch it.
Actually,
We're already at 2011. Another great year. Great year.
Yeah.
Oh man, shout out to 2011. I'm gonna take a quick look at the chat. It's been a couple minutes since I looked at the chat. We're at 419 likes, guys. We need one more. Come on.
I closed it.
We
I
need
closed
one.
it. I closed it. I closed it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I closed it because Bitcoin started turning around here. So Bitcoin plunged more. It popped back up and then went back down more. Okay, well, could have made more from that. But anyways, now overall, after my disaster of 2 trades in a row from yesterday, now I'm a total of 1,500 down, which is most of my trades. I aim to take the profit around 1,500. This one I made.
Ben, 1997.
Well, why is that? I thought that was closed. Did say closed. Why is it not registering?
You don't want it to close. It's still dropping.
Yeah. Oh man, that would have been friggin' phenomenal if I could have held on to it. But you know what? I was very happy to take those profits. Very happy to take that. So
it actually wicked to 1980 and popped back up to
I know.
2000.
Yeah. But look, it's the kind of thing where I looked up and it looked like Bitcoin was turning around for a second. And the worst thing that could have happened would have been that it went to 2005, where I said my take profit and it shot back up. So you have to take those kind of, how many times have we been in trades and we make the trade and we end up not taking profit and then we lose big time,
Yeah,
so
totally.
It happens.
Look at what happened to Chain Link.
Yeah.
Insane. Take a quick look at Solana in the past little bit here. I should have been doing less talking and more trading, but hey, I love you guys. 7% an hour. Someone in the chat wanted to look at storage here.
Okay.
I know storage has popped off. This is the 2-hour chart.
Hey, AJ, I got to jump off. I got to go get ready for my
show.
So.
Totally, man.
Yep.
Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Yep. See you later. Bye.
Okay.
I almost said see you tomorrow. What am I talking about? All right. Thanks, Ben, for being here. We're going to keep it moving here. Going to look at a couple shout out charts. So far on my shout out chart list from you guys, I have storage, which I'm looking at now. We have Corium, Quant, and Render. Let me know down below what charts you guys want to see. I will go over a couple of them for the remaining, 14 minutes of this show while we're still here. And make sure you smash that like button if you haven't already. It's a really big help to me and the cause. All right, so this is storage. As you can see, this one, I believe this is a storage coin, 92% in the past 9 days. Love to see it. Have slept on this project the whole way. I've never held this coin, but I know about it. I just never have personally bought it. Let me scoot this over actually. So actually that's a bad scoot over. It's crazy when I move the window that I see that it moves over on there. So anyway, basically since just last night, from last night, what are we talking here? From midnight. You say you went long at midnight. You caught, 28%, but if you didn't get out, you're only up 7%. And that's crypto. That is crypto. So we definitely kind of topped off, maybe for the day, maybe not. I'm getting a couple shout outs here. Let me see what we got. XDC, that's a good one. I'll do XDC. We did storage. I don't know. I'm just going to start with what I got and we'll keep it moving. All right. So look at storage and also looking at levels for storage, this kind of value area here, like where it kind of ranged for a little while. probably look for it to come back in there, maybe come back up from there. But listen, a lot of times we need to keep a close eye on Bitcoin to determine the altcoin thing. So this is kind of a scary one. Someone asked for Algorand. Of course, I'll look at Algorand. Of course, I'll look at Algorand. No problem. All right, so we're going to go quant. I promised quant in the beginning of the show. We are looking at, oh man. Ouch. Ouch, my baby, my bags. No, I was so happy. I remember I was at it was at 110, and I said it's a magnet to 100. What happens? What happens? I should have sold. I should have sold. AJ took a 6% dip live on the show. Another L, another public L. I have to explain away. Damn it. It's okay. Quant is one of those coins that I am comfortable holding for years and years and years. I'm not even lying. I don't even really care about the day-to-day price action with quant because I don't leverage trade it. This is a long-term pick for me. So this is one of those things that, you know, it goes down. Big deal. If anything, that gives me an opportunity to buy more quant at the $100 level, which is a great entry overall for quant. So, you know, there we go. Going to look at render RNDR. Bye-bye. All right, 2-hour chart. Interesting for render on the 2-hour chart, considering that it is literally sitting on the edge of this Gon fan. This is a Gon fan that I've had set up on this chart for a while. And we actually talked about this a couple of days ago, actually. We talked about this. And, you know, it broke through the Gon fan at the end of October, and it has retested it in November, and now it is retesting it again. It did wick through it. But it is literally sitting on the support resistance level from price action way back here, further back that way. And now it is sitting right above that support resistance level. We go to, say, the 12-minute. I mean, it's basically just a straight blood candle on downhill there. RIP to anybody who was in a long. But look at where render is fighting. Right at that support resistance level, right around the Gon fan. Keep a close eye on render, because where it goes off support resistance from the Gon fan is going to determine its direction for the rest of the day. Touch and go for sure. Let's take a quick look at Ethereum. I am curious to see, Ben should have stayed in that trade. Maybe should have stayed in that trade. It is sitting at 2003. And I don't know if you guys remember, but 2003 was a great year. Best year ever. I mean, not really, but it was a good one. It was definitely a good year. Not that one. Okay, so I can't see the chat. One sec. All right. We looked at render. Let's look at XDC. Oh, not that. Okay. Bang. All right. So 2-hour chart. It has had a nice come up. Very nice come up. October played out well for XCC from the local low, 25%. So this is kind of another coin that hasn't popped off like all the other ones. This is definitely a coin that has not popped off like the others. And I think that this one does have potential. This is not a coin I hold, but it is a coin I keep an eye on. Maybe I will get into XCC, but in the future, but not as of this moment. As you can see, higher low, continuing down the hill there on the 23-minute chart. Let's take a look at the 12. And it is kind of just coming down the hill right now. A little bit boring, but we basically want to see it at least stay above this level and continue on, so that the wick of that, 0537, kind of the do or die for XDC's positive momentum. Corium. I don't know what the Corium. I've never heard of this one before, but I'll look at it. This one was the super chat request. And if you super chat request, you 100% get the coin looked at every time. So as you can see here, from its local low in October, from the wick of that around the 6 cent, almost 7 cent level, it's up 62% to current price action. And yeah, shout out to Ellie. Let's take advantage of this dip, guys. I agree. I completely agree. Some people see these things as a dent that they hurt. I see these things as an opportunity. This is 100% an opportunity, and use it. I'm not saying buy right now. It could continue to bonsai down. Be patient. Maybe set some levels, set some goals, and run from those goals. You know what I'm saying? All right. So with Corium, I kind of want to think of some levels here. I mean, I'm going to zoom completely out on Corium. So this is the daily chart. We had, this bullish divergence actually back from September was kind of the beginning of this. And as you can see, the money flow on Market Cipher B, if you don't have Market Cipher, make sure you click the link down below in the description, get yourself signed up for Market Cipher, best indicator in the game. I do like high IQ, but Market Cipher has been my go-to for a long time. And the truth is I use both. Okay. So, but the rounded money flow comes up, doesn't really get into the green, rounded money flow again. And if you look at the amount of time like the VWAP has spent above ground, like it hasn't really, like this little blue back here, look, it was below the line, little pop, below the line, little pop, and now it has finally got above that ground. So that kind of leads me to believe that this bottom around 7.5 here, 0.075, definitely likely the bottom. I think that this support resistance level right around, if you look at the bottom of this wick here, you see this one, okay? And then you draw this straight across, you actually see that it got rejected from that level right here. So this is an important level, and kind of rejected here as well. So it is above that level now. So if this one retests around 9.5 cents, that would be the most important level for it to bullishly retest off of. After that, we're kind of looking at, up here, 15-cent level for where it wicked out before. And that is a 37% move from where we are right now. So there you go. Quick little breakdown of Corium. Don't know anything about that project. Never heard of it before, but maybe I need to learn a little bit more every day, in a constant pursuit of education. Quick look at HBAR, one of my favorite projects in all of crypto. Going to look at IMX. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Much appreciated, man. Thank you. Let me pull up a different HBAR chat. That's a chart that doesn't have a bunch of stuff drawn on it. That one's a terrible one. What we got? Binance. Okay, much better. Oh yeah, I did a lot of nope. Look at all these past notes that I have on this chart. There has to be one that I haven't written on. Okay. All right, I can deal with this. So HBAR has a pretty, kind of confusing setup right now. I'm not going to lie. It is kind of in this sort of here. Let me go to like the 2-day to give you a 3-day even, to give you a bigger point of view of what's happening with HBAR. So this chart obviously, starts where it starts. So we're not going to like really worry about that. But really we see the downfall. We see the downfall. Kind of look at this, this kind of, kind of like that. So, but that kind of matters, doesn't matter that much, to be honest. We're kind of thinking about, I don't really technically think HBAR has even broken out technically yet. I mean, if you want to consider that, if you want to go off the body of the candles, you could consider that a breakout. Little kind of not almost symmetrical triangle setup going on there. Higher lows since December of 22. The big move from New Year's Eve into the beginning of this year was 145% in 42 days, all the way up to the 9-cent level. Right now, HBAR is below 6 cents. So we know we at least have a good move back to this level. And it's actually kind of interesting. That level was fought over, like where it got rejected from was fought over for a couple days back here. All right. So, and that is like basically right at 10 cents. All right. So I'm actually, I want to say 9.9. All right. So what we're looking for with HBAR is that if you look at a lot of the price action spent inside this value area here, and then if you look at this value area here, and there are times that there were outliers here. There were outliers, okay? But most of the time, unless it came down or up, it's spent inside of this box. This box is between, 0.57 and 0.87. All right. And it looks like after the and this HBAR, to be honest with you, is another sleeping giant. When I said earlier in the show that there are a handful of sleeping giants waking up in crypto, HBAR is without a doubt a sleeping giant in crypto. We're talking about the coins that have not completely woken up yet, that will have amazing price action moving forward. HBAR is on this list. Near was my pick for the show officially, but HBAR is also without a doubt a sleeping giant. Okay. So especially when you look at how much like Solana and Chainlink and everything has popped off in the past little while, and HBAR has only pumped 24.8% in the past 30 days. I mean, I bought a bunch of HBAR between 4.5 cents, 5 cent level, and I'm glad I did. But like that doesn't really matter that much. The next, so if we're trying to get to the top of this box here, like this kind of value area, I mean, that is a 55% gain to 9 cents. And if we retest that local top, it'd be a 69.2% gain to 9.9. That is 100% probably going to play out for HBAR in time here. And also, if you kind of look at the price action right here, there is some volume a little bit waiting up here around 8.7, which is the top of that value area. So HBAR does have a lot of work to do. Let's say we even zoom in to say the 12-hour. Of course, it is kind of getting, let me kind of clean this up a little bit. It is kind of getting shut down, but it's important. It wicked down pretty hard. People probably got liquidated, but it is still, right up here around the 5.8 level. We want to see HBAR stay above. We want to see it stay above right around here, because this was like this was the previous ceiling. And when ceiling, we want this level, which is exactly 0.52, to become the new floor. That happened. HBAR continues up the hill. It has been putting in macro higher lows, which is really important to see. Even if we zoom in on a 2-hour, it is unfortunate that, everything has kind of got, not that. A lot of things have kind of got wrecked here, but there will be a point where this kind of finds this floor, and let's hope that it is kind of it kind of stays above this 5.5 range would be best case scenario for HBAR. Let's take a quick look at Algorand. We all know Algorand is one of my favorite coins. I have some pretty exciting news regarding some Algorand interviews I will be doing in the future. That's the only little snippet that I will say right now, but I do have some things with Algorand coming down the pipeline I'm really excited to share with you guys. So 2-hour chart, Algorand's been moving up, topped off around the 13-cent level. I am surprised that this dip came so abruptly. I mean, look, when something wicks down to 10.7 and continues up in the same 2-hour candle, that is pretty scary. I am surprised how abrupt this crash happened, but listen, that is crypto. That is 100% welcome to crypto. Not surprised at all. And it is interesting where Algorand decided to kind of find a home at, especially if we look at this support resistance line right here from previous price action. Let me kind of zoom out to show you guys that. Oh, what are we doing here? Okay. Oops, moved it. Didn't mean to move that. And let's give you, I want to go to like a daily really fast. Yeah, so this level is important because back, when was this? August earlier this year, Algorand did some fighting at this level. Look, it was the ceiling, it was the floor here, rejected, and is literally at that level right now. Let's kind of zoom in. And it is interesting, of course, that where after it goes up and falls down, where does it end up? Back at previous support resistance. Look, it's right here. It's right here, right at that level. So people might ask me, like, AJ, like, why you rely a lot on support resistance? Of course I do. Of course I do. Because when shit hits the fan, guys, look at where it lands. Look at where it lands. Like from all back in August, back, way earlier in 2023, it ends up getting the floor or the ceiling ends up at this certain level. And what level is Algorand sitting at right now? That exact support resistance line. So the first thing I do anytime I look at any chart, I am looking at support resistance, because this is very likely where things will end back up. And you can have a lot of long and short ideas based off of that. Okay. So someone asked for IMX. I know this one has been a mover lately. Talked about a little bit this on the roundtable with Mario Nafal yesterday. If you guys remember my He Mad guy, I don't know if you guys remember this, but I drew this. I might even make a t-shirt out of this with crypto chips, but I drew the Mr. Chart Monster right here back before this fell down, because look, the chart was going up. The chart that was going this direction, and look at the market cipher B, the momentum oscillator. Textbook bearish divergence was playing out from, and it was right here because it was yet to fall through. If we shorted that idea, that was a 6%, 6.2% short right there. And if that was a 10x, that was a 60% trade. I straight up called the chart monster, called that short for you guys live on this show before it happened. Might get a t-shirt made. Let me know down below if you would buy a t-shirt of the chart monster himself. So IMX, you know, it did pop up really well the past couple days, you know, kind of came up to this 10% pump to about 90 cents. And, you know, this is definitely a lower high. I mean, you know, lower high. This could be beginning of a down channel for a lot of coins. This, you know, today, during, you know, this actually started around 10 o'clock and progressively got worse and worse and worse. I mean, even looking at Solana right here, yeah, see that was me. See this little doodle right here? This was me thinking about going short before the show. And then, you know, making thumbnails. I need to stick to my guns, man. I need to stick to my guns. Oh no. It's okay. You can't win them all. And like the truth is that like I want to be actively trading a lot more. But dude, when you're trying to run a show and you're doing all these things, it gets scary. It gets scary, especially when you know you can't keep tabs on it the whole time. You got to talk about the news, you got to talk about this and that. And maybe I need to trust my gut a little bit more, but my priority is making this show the best it can be. And I'm not going to like be distracted with some trade I got in like before the show, whatever. Or I should stop making excuses. How about that? So without all that being said, I really do appreciate each and every one of you. There are 450 people still in here, and there's 540 likes. That is crazy. There's more likes than watchers, and I appreciate that. That is, I don't think I've ever seen that before in the history of YouTube. So with that being said, everybody, I'm going to sign off for today. We're going to pick this show back up at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning. My name is AJ Rage Crypto. Make sure you smash that like button. Wait, I'm not done. I'm not done. The winner for the Crypto Chips Moon Money, the giveaway for the Crypto Chips Moon Money, you can get a Dogecoin, Ethereum, or a Bitcoin Moon Money. I actually have a Bitcoin and an Ethereum one right here. You can program NFC data. You can use it as a cold storage wallet. You can use it as a crypto gift card, private messages. You can scan it and launch a website. Super cool. Or you can put it in a plaque, put it on your desk, what have you. Every week, my sponsor, Crypto Chips, not once a month, once a week, Crypto Chips and I do a weekly giveaway of some sort of merchandise, if it's the levitating coins or an NFT canvas, a t-shirt, all the things they have. This week is the Moon Money giveaway. And the winner for this week's giveaway, drum roll, is Crypto T at Crypto T274 on Twitter. Congratulations. I will reach out to you. We'll take care of the details, and we will get a Moon Money sent to you right away. Congratulations, man. I appreciate it. I didn't short and lose CSI. I didn't short at all. I should have shorted, to be honest with you. So awesome. I appreciate you guys. With all that being said, my name is AJ Rich Crypto. I'm going to sign off for today. Make sure you head over to Ben Armstrong's live stream, probably popping off right about now. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Stay positive. Get something done today. Make today count. Like, you still have time today to do something productive, to make a difference. Right now, I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to type another script. I'm going to film another script. I'm going to prepare for Crossfire. I'm going to spend tonight editing, making thumbnails. Like, if you want to put the work in crypto, do it right now. Don't think about it. Don't play video games. Don't fuck off. Do the best you can to make a difference right here, right now. You can do it. I believe in you, and you should too. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Make sure you smash the like button on the way out. Thank you, guys. Later. That was fun.